Hey, welcome back. Hey, today we're going to talk about one of the two ACE systems on the aircraft, or aircraft survivability equipment on the Ka-50 that are utilized in DCS world. One of those is the L-140 laser warning receiver, and the other one over here to the upper right is the UV-26 countermeasure system. We're going to focus today on the laser warning receiver. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the panel here. Freeze my track IR. Alright, so 4 incoming laser bearing indicator lamps. Each one of these lamps are tied to a receiver, a laser receiver on the outside of the aircraft. So you can actually find those if you look on the outside of the aircraft. So the front one off the nose of the aircraft is actually the little window to the left of the schval. That is the front laser warning receiver. As we go around in a clockwise direction around the aircraft, the side receiver is that little white square underneath the R in Army. We continue around to the tail. It's on the very end of the tail underneath the rudder, so it's not that bulb looking thing, this white square in the center there between the two IFF antennas. As we keep coming around, the final one is on the exact opposite side as the one on the right, underneath the T and the E, little white square there. So those are the 4 laser warning receivers on the outside, and each one of those are associated with each one of these lamps. And as I demo it here in a minute, when, for example, the front receiver off the nose, off the 12 o'clock, receives incoming laser, it lights the front one up, obviously. If it's at an angle that the laser is those warning receivers, so for example, if it's at, let's say, the 2 o'clock, right? 1 to 2 o'clock, and both the front and the side receiver can see it, both will light up, indicating that, hey, it's somewhere out your 1 to 2 o'clock, all right? In the center here are the upper hemisphere, lower hemisphere indicators. Basically, hey, is the laser coming from above the aircraft or below the aircraft? Right now, I don't know if it's a bug. Every time I'm lased, they both light up. Maybe it's a certain altitude you have to be at, or a certain altitude that the incoming threat has to be at for that to delineate. But right now, both have been lighting up on all my tests. So if it was working properly, if it was an air attack from above, you would see the upper light up only. If it was from below you as you're flying over a target that's lasing you, hey, it come from below you. LT is rangefinder, so an enemy rangefinder is ranging you, so that'll light up. And then on the bottom light here, if that's lit, that is a designator light, so it knows the difference between a rangefinder laser and a laser that is designating you for a potential guidance for a weapon coming at, for example, a missile. And I'll demo that later with a Ka-50. But let's go ahead and actually, before I do that, let's talk about how to turn it on. So the power switch is here, underneath the operational. You see L-140 needs to be in the up position. Green is a bit indicator light, so if something was wrong with the system, it would probably be red or off. Okay, something's wrong, right? If you hit the test button, it'll light up some of the panel here. Once it disappears, as you see, so I can't, if I hit the reset button, it won't make any of this stuff disappear. So if I look back at the light, it's running through a bit test, a built-in test, and eventually that light will turn green, indicating that the system's good. And if I look back at the panel, now I can select the reset button and clear the panel out. All right, so now let's go ahead. I have a T-90 tank out there that I need to take off. My last little first filming session, it shot me down. I thought I put it on average skill, but I guess average skill is still good enough. So, and it's already seeing me, so it's out my right. As I spin, you'll see that it keeps lighting up. So, and as I keep spinning around, as the laser is still, you know, on my aircraft now, I can get all those indications. So it doesn't mean that it's coming from all around. Those lights will not extinguish unless you reset. So you need to hit the reset. So he's still lasing me from the side. He's out my left now. It's with a rangefinder, but he's ranging me for his main gun. So it's best to give him a side target, basically fly sideways, you know, make him try to shoot you that way instead of either flying directly at him or directly away. So let's see if I can find a range so we can actually look at him. Kind of show you. So he's not lasing me anymore. You can see the reset button is important because if you don't reset, those lights are always going to be lit until you hit the reset, those lamps, and you may not know if you have additional enemy out there trying to laze you. So we're going to find our little tank friend here. Did have him labeled, but it's not showing up. I must be far enough away. But right now, it's 5.7, so T90s. They have the ability to range find, so I'm going to scoot in. Let's see what it takes. Tell that laser. Until he's able to range my aircraft here. I think it's around, there he goes. So about 4.6, right? So as I reset, still there. Now it's off to the side. It's both the front and side receiver are receiving laser indication. So that's a quick demo of how that works. As I mentioned before, both hemispheres do light up. So I know he's on the ground. It should really only light up the bottom hemisphere. But for some reason, DCS isn't doing that. Hey, so for this demo, I put out a enemy Ka-50. You kind of demo the designation and the I put him at an altitude to see if I can get the upper hemisphere registration, but I don't think it's doing it. So you can see the Ka-50 right there. I'll get my Cheval on him. Oh, he's turning in. There he goes. He's turning towards me. My laser warning receiver should start indicating here momentarily. Probably see the missiles come off. It's rails up there. Let's see. Come on, buddy. Shoot at me. There it goes. So he's lasing me. Lasing me. I'm going to reset. So, lased. Still lasing. He's shooting me with a gun, alright? So the upper hemisphere didn't work. Let's have him shoot a Vickers missile at me. So this demo, I gave that Ka-50 the Vickers missiles now, so you can see the designation light and what the difference is. So hey, keep in mind, just like that last demo, he was essentially lining up his gun. He was ranging me for his gun. So just because it's a rangefinder doesn't mean that's all they're doing. They're ranging you for a weapon system. All right. There he goes. He's turning in. Watch the indication. Watch those missiles come off the rail. There goes the missile. There it is. So now you can see the bottom light right there, designation. And both range and designation are lit. And there I go. Totally dead. Hey, my aircraft's still flying. Looks like I got a... Oh, and there I go. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.